welcome to some lymphatic histology. We're going to look at a bunch of lymphatic organs, starting right here with this spleen. We got a spleen here, several things we got to recognize. Number one, we got this capsule out here. This is the connective tissue covering around that spleen, protecting it and anchoring it. Now, it is going to send extensions inward. I'm going to put a T on one of those extensions. That is a trabeculum. There's another chunk of a trabeculum right here. So these are inward extensions from the capsule that are going to support and strengthen the structure of that spleen. All right, basically on the inside of the spleen, we can see two things. We can see red pulp. I'm going to draw an R right there. Got another R, another R. This is all red pulp. Red pulp is where we do the filtering of blood, looking for old, ugly red blood cells. Besides red pulp, we also have white pulp. White pulp is going to be where we have our lymphocytes. That's why it is so purple in color. So purple, remember from blood a long time ago, lymphocytes often look really dark purple. So this is where the immune action of the spleen takes place. Okay, let's clear that stuff there, and let's keep on going, if I can. Let's see if I can here. Let's see. Take that off. There we go. Pardon the technical difficulties there. All right, here is another spleen. So this is an awesome looking spleen too. And this spleen, we got a capsule up here. We got a little bit of a trabeculum right there. Now these purple guys, there's one right there, there's one right there, there's one right there, one right there as well. Those are all white pulp. All this right here, this is all red pulp. Okay, cool. That is it for the spleen. Moving on. This awesome looking thing is a tonsil. This is a tonsil. This whole big thing right here is a tonsil. Now, this is the palatine tonsil, so it is in that oropharynx. This white space up here is the lumen of the oropharynx. And this is some stratified squamous epithelium right here. Bum, 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 bum. Stratified squamous epithelium right there. Down here on the bottom right here is where we have the capsule. So unlike the spleen, the capsule and the tonsil surrounds the whole thing. Now notice, abundance of purple here. Abundance of purple means an abundance of lymphocytes. Because the job of the spleen is basically The job of the tonsil here is basically to be a mouth filter. So we eat, we breathe, we drink microorganisms all the time. And we got to try and clean those guys out. To do that, we need lots of lymphocytes, lots of purple-ishness. What else do I see? I see these white spaces like right here. Whoosh, right here. Those are crypts. Here's another crypt over here. Crypts are basically where we can like trap pathogens. And then, obviously, we can kill them. All right. Here we are looking at another tonsil. Zooming in again. Notice again, purpleness for lymphocytes. We have a beautiful crypt right here. We have some stratified squamous epithelium up here. Awesome. And with that, we're done with the tonsil. So we are moving on to a lymph node now. There are hundreds of lymph nodes in your body. The job of lymph nodes, of course, is to filter lymph. And in this lymph node, we have a connective tissue capsule on the outside. connective tissue capsule surrounding it, giving it structure and support. We see labeled with a T right here, a trabeculum, giving that internal framework to the organ. Now, our lymph node has a very purple cortex to it, and also a less purple medulla. So cortex out here, very purple. Medulla, where all these M's are, less purple there. Purpleness, of course, means there are lots of lymphocytes. And that makes sense, as the job of this guy is to be a filter. Now, in the medulla, we do see clusters of lymphatic tissue, lymphocytes, and other cells. Those are called medullary cords, hence the MC here. We also see lots of spaces. So this is a sinus right here. Another sinus up here. Other spaces in here would be sinuses through which the lymph is going to flow. Okay, if we switch things up, here is another view of a lymph node. Capsule out here. Cortex right here. Medulla down here. Purple clusters in the medulla. Cords. Purpleness everywhere hints at a lot of lymphocytes. White spaces that I see are going to be sinuses. Let's look at another one. Or maybe not. Actually, that was the last lymph node. My bad. I should know what slide is next, shouldn't I? This is the thymus. This is an infant thymus. The infant thymus is awesome because it is the training ground for T lymphocytes. It is where we make sure T lymphocytes are going to attack foreign things but not attack our own tissues. This is where T lymphocyte maturation or education occurs. Check out the purpleness. Purple again, lots of lymphocytes, T's in this case. There is a connective tissue capsule around the outside, plus I've got connective tissue septa, kind of like trabeculae, but they're called septa here, chunking the thymus up into lobules. So, big beautiful thymus like this, we found in the infant or the fetus because we got to get that immune system trained early. We can contrast that with the adult thymus. This is the adult thymus. There are still islands of purple tissue. So the adult thymus is not like totally unfunctional. It just is not as big and as lymphocyte rich as the infant thymus. Now what I also see here is a lot of adipose tissue. Basically, the thymus gets more fibrous and fatty as life proceeds, as you get older. All right, cool. That is our quick review of histology of the lymphatic system. I hope it is helpful. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.